Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lauren, and if you're not new, thank you for coming back. If you haven't had a chance already, if you could hit that subscribe button, it really does help me. I'd really appreciate it. So yes, thank you. Today we are talking about an event that happens in July that is awesome, and it is the Sydney Grace Christmas in July event. Now, what is that? Who is Sydney Grace? What is Christmas in July? Christmas is in December, right? Not when it comes to Sydney Grace. They have this fabulous event, and what they do is they do a different... First off, I do want to say that this event made me pull out my Sydney Grace and Temptalia palettes, and I'm so glad that I did, because the one thing about Sydney Grace that you should know is that their eyeshadow formula is amazing. Their shimmer formula just blows me away every time I use it. The colors are so rich and pigmented, and I always have a good time using them. So I ended up pulling out their they have 3 collab palettes with Temptalia, but I pulled out these 2. And I have On the Horizon, which looks like that. And then I also have the Radiant Reflection, which looks like that. So I do have most of Radiant Reflection on my eye. I have one from this palette as well. But it was just so much fun to pull these out again. I haven't used them in a while, and the quality is phenomenal. So when it comes to Sydney Grace, what should you know? Sydney Grace is a small indie company. So indie meaning independently owned. They don't have any sort of parent company that owns them, and they are relatively small. I feel like they're pretty well known in the indie community because they put out fantastic stuff. Like, people go gaga for their eyeshadows, and I am part of that group. I love their eyeshadows. So during this event, the Christmas in July event, they ended up coming out with 3 new palettes. Now, I ended up getting a couple of them. I knew I didn't need all 3. So let's talk about what I got and what the deal was that I took advantage of. So the deal that was happening the day that I placed my order was that if you spent $36, you got this brand new palette for free. So they already announced 2 new palettes during this week, but then on this day it was like, oh, there's another new palette. And anytime Sydney Grace comes out with a new palette, it's pretty freaking exciting. So I was excited. Let me show you what I got. So one of the brand new palettes that they came out with was called Mountain Trail. And you know this is gonna be a green, brown, amazing event. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Isn't that gorgeous? So this palette retails for $36. So just by buying this palette alone, I was eligible to get the other new palette for free. That was the deal, and it was amazing. So I picked up this palette knowing I wanted it and knowing that I really wanted the other new palette as well. Before I show you the other new palette, the one that I got for free, let me do a couple swatches just so you can kind of get an idea of how Sydney Grace's eyeshadow performs. It performs great, just to warn you. So let's go ahead and swatch Escape to Earth, and let's do it matte. We'll do Wildfire down there. Okay, so we have Escape to Earth, and then Wildfire. Sorry if you saw any of my old swatches on there. I did another video earlier, so yeah. I clearly didn't clean up well enough, but those are 3 of the swatches from the Mountain Trail palette, and yeah, they're absolutely gorgeous. If you've been on this channel before, you know I love green. So when I saw them announce this palette, I knew I just had to wait until I figured out the best day with the best deal that suited me and pick it up. And I did, and I love it, and I'm super excited. So what was the free palette that I got when I purchased this? Let me show you. So they announced this palette on the same day they announced this deal. So spend $36, get this palette for free. And this palette is called Where the Wild Things Grow. Now, this palette does retail for $36, and I didn't have to pay that. But if you're interested, it is up on their website for $36. Now, another great thing that Sydney Grace does is the majority of their palettes come with 2 options. You can either get it in the light or the deep colors, which I think is such a fantastic idea. So obviously with the lighter colors, it's going to be more suited if you're more fair like I am deeper colors work better on deeper skin. They're more pigmented. Every once in a while, I will get one of their palettes in the deep option because those pigments are fantastic. So yeah, I mean, you really can't go wrong either way because they are beautiful. But this one actually did have that option to either do light or deep, and I ended up getting mine in light. And this is what the palette looks like. Isn't that absolutely stunning? So when they announced this palette and then they announced the deal that you spend $36 and then get this palette for free, yeah, I was all about that. Let's do a couple swatches of this one as well. We have to do Elegant Candy. Let's do Primrose, and then we'll do Sunflowers. So clearly I am just kind of obsessed with their shimmer formula because I am mostly swatching their shimmers, but I mean, who wouldn't be? Look at that. So that's Elegant Candy, Primrose, and then Sunflower. Oh my gosh. Okay. I need to put Sunflower all over my eye, like right away. Absolutely gorgeous. Swatched like a dream. Now, I often say that you can't always trust swatches because a lot of the times the way a eyeshadow swatches is not necessarily the way that it performs on your eyes, right? But I can say from my experience with Sydney Grace, yeah, it's pretty accurate. It just glides on like butter on your eye. It's just, oh, so pigmented, so beautiful. Obsessed with their shimmers, if you couldn't tell. Now, I did end up picking one other thing up, and that was the mystery bag that they were doing. So what they did with the mystery bag is they had 3 different color options of bags. They had red, peach, and blue. And one really cool thing they did is that they also said kind of the color story that was in each bag. So if you got a red bag, you were going to get pinks and reds. If you got a peach bag, you were going to get pinky peaches. And if you got the blue bag, you'd get browns and blues, which I was super tempted to get the blue bag. It's still available. It's available. These are each $35. So I'm kind of thinking about getting the blue bag too. But I ended up getting the red bag because pinks and reds just sounded good at the moment. And another great thing about these, they again are doing them in a deep and light option. So absolutely fabulous. I love that they do that. So I got the red bag in light. And so from that, we know we're going to be seeing a lot of pinks and reds. And what they say is that each bag contains $60 or more of product. So let's see what we got. Okay, so I took everything out. I have it in front of me. I'm going to show you. This is a great collection of things. I think they did a great job. First thing I pulled out is this large powder brush. And it is so soft. I don't have any brushes from Sydney Grace. Really the only thing that I do have from Sydney Grace is their eyeshadows. So when I got this bag, I was like excited because there's some different things in here. So this is a super soft brush. I'm definitely gonna get some use out of that. The next thing I pulled out is a little like liquid lippy, and this is in the color Faith. So let's give it a good little swatch, see what it looks like. Oh, okay. I don't even know how to describe this color, but it is definitely a pinky red. It's a little bit bricky, I would say. Is bricky a word? I don't think bricky is a word. But that is what it looks like. And yeah, I don't have any lip products from Sydney Grace, so I'm excited to try this one out. Okay, next I had to look up what this was because I did not know if it was supposed to go on your lips or somewhere else. I'm glad I looked it up because this is a actual liquid eyeshadow, not a lippy. And this is in the color Warm Weather. And when I tried to look this up, I couldn't find it. So I wonder if this is a new item because they did say online that each bag is going to contain some new eyeshadows. And I didn't see it online, so I think this might be new. And look at that color. That's gorgeous. It's all over my finger too. I have really been getting into more like liquid and cream eye products. So I'm really excited to try this one because again, it's brand new to me. I haven't tried any cream or liquid products from Sydney Grace. And this color is gorgeous. This color is gonna look amazing on me. So I think I need to do a wear test. The only thing that makes me nervous with liquid shadows is sometimes they crease on me because my eyes get a little bit oily. So sometimes it just kind of takes a little practice to figure out if I should use a primer, if I should put some powder down first. Some of them I don't need either, you know, like the little Charlotte Tilbury pots. I can just put those in my eyes and they don't crease. But I am excited for this. This is gorgeous. So I also got some eyeshadows in this. And I had to, they all came in little envelopes, but I had to pull them out so I could see the names on them. But they all came very neatly wrapped. I made a mess of things. So the first color I got was You Have Me. So it's this pretty, again, can I use the word bricky? This is definitely more of a bricky, a deep red. Next I got is Together Forever, which is, I'd say, a mauvey brown. And then we got a really light pink. This is Heart and Soul. And last eyeshadow we got is Yours Forever. I'm gonna swatch Yours Forever because that one looks really pretty. Okay, yeah, that's super pretty. So it's a deep metallic red. Last thing that came in this bundle that, again, I took out of the envelope was a highlighter, which very exciting. I don't have any highlighters from Sydney Grace. So the highlighter is in the color Heaven. And let's swatch it. Let's see what it's about. Oh my gosh. My arm is dirty. Ooh. Okay, so this is a very icy color. And I actually have been getting into icy highlighters quite a bit more lately. I mean, I will forever and ever love my colored highlighters. Like, give me a purple, give me a green any day. But I really like the effect that the icy highlighters give as well. I find them to be a lot more blinding for the most part. So if I'm looking for a look, I'll normally pull out more of an icy toned highlighter. So yeah, really excited to have this in my collection. Again, this is in the color Heaven. And yeah, those were all the items that I ended up getting in my mystery bag. And I think for $35, that is a great variety of eyeshadows and lippies, and you got a brush in there. So pretty wide range of things. So yeah, that's what I ended up picking up from the Sydney Grace event, Christmas in July. And I think it was a win. I am so stoked on these palettes. They're super gorgeous. I cannot wait to try out this liquid eyeshadow. It's just such a pretty color. And everything else is stuff that I'm definitely going to be using. So very excited to have it in my collection. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!